Oh, hello and welcome. Come on in, come on in. How are you doing today? Good to hear. Very good to hear. I'm doing well, thank you. So, you've come to get your sleep chart analyzed, is that correct? I see. Have you done anything with the company in the past? I see. Okay. Well, that's all really good to know. As you know, we do offer the dream monitoring service, so I'm sure that is where you have experienced us before. But we do offer this new service where we have sleep specialists kind of ask you a few sets of questions, different categories, and we just kind of figure out what's going on. We're also going to be using sleepiness scales and all of these things, so it's it's a lengthy process on our end, but it really ends up just being about 15 minutes of questioning, and then we're going to have a follow-up appointment where we actually go over your sleep chart in its entirety. So today is just going to be some quick questions, but it's important that we have a face-to-face consultation for this. So let's get right into it. So, as you saw as you were walking in, I do have a notepad here with some of the questions that I usually go over with any of my clients. It is about good 4 pages long. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So, your sleep chart. All I'm going to ask you to do is just to sit back, relax, get comfortable however you can. You can look directly at me, you can look up at the ceiling. However, you need to set your attention to just be at a flat rate. Just do whatever is natural to you during this time and it'll go by smoothly. So we're going to start off with some sleep history, okay? Just answer these the best of your ability. I want to know some of the symptoms that you've been having, okay? And we're going to go through those. I'm going to write them down. It's not going to be you having to recall too much on your own, okay? Alright, so can you tell me the main complaint that you have going on right now that brought you here? Okay. Now, I'm going to need to know specifically where you experienced that, okay? So I just need to know like a location. Okay. All right. So how did that feel? Was it dull? Was it a sharp kind of experience? Was it yeah, just kind of let me know using that kind of description. And how many, like how often would you experience that? Yeah. A couple months. Oh, so a little longer. Okay. All right. Now, when this happened, was it frequent? Like how frequent was this? Was it something that came about slowly? Like, can you explain that to me? Okay. Yeah. No, you did great. All right. So, in what setting did these symptoms occur? I know that's a strange question, but did you experience this in the evening? Experience it when it was hotter outside, colder inside? Just any of those that come to mind. Okay. Okay. And any factors that aggravate or relieve that symptom? That aggravate it? Okay. But you didn't really? Okay. All right. I understand that. Okay. And the last question here is just did you feel like anything came from these symptoms? Did anything else manifest? That from those symptoms came something else? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's okay. Sometimes you don't know what is caused by something else, and that's what we're here to find out today. Okay. All right. So this next section is just going to be about sleep apnea. I just because you answer yes or no, or you answer a question here specifically, does not mean that you are gonna have a sleep apnea disorder or anything like that. But it is something really important for us to ask, just because there are some people who come in here and that is what they're suffering with. Okay. So, do you experience snoring of any kind that you know of? Okay. Now, is it loud? Okay. And have you experienced when it's been worse, when it's been better? Okay. And do you know how many times a week that you're actually snoring? At least not loud enough for somebody to hear it. Okay, yeah. Alright. So does that mean somebody has complained about any of your snoring? Okay, I gotcha. Alright. Have you ever been told that you have stopped breathing during your sleep? Okay. Do you have a shortness of breath or a feeling of being choked when you're waking up? Okay. Do you have any morning headaches? Anything? Sometimes? Okay. Alright. Do you have any daytime sleepiness that wouldn't just be situational? Maybe you didn't get enough sleep the night before. Is it? Okay. Alright. See, that was painless, wasn't it? Okay. So, this next section we are going to move on is going to use two scales. The first one is the Epworth sleepiness scale, and that is how likely you are to doze off or fall asleep in certain situations. And we're going to go through these situations. I'm going to have you rate them from a scale of 0 to 3, 0 being that you would never doze off, 1 being that there's a slight chance that if you were in this situation that you would be dozing off, 2 is a moderate chance that you would doze off in that situation, and 3 there is a very high chance that you would doze off in this situation. And the range is between 0 and 24. So out of that scale, we'll tally that up. And that will be going into a big part of our analysis for your chart. Okay. So try and answer these the best that you can. So, number 1, sitting and reading. On a scale of 0 to 3, how likely are you to doze off during this situation? Okay. Next situation, watching TV. Okay. Sitting inactive in public. Okay. A passenger in a car for 1 hour. Okay. Lying down to rest in the afternoon. Okay. Sitting and talking to somebody. Sitting quietly after lunch. And in a car stopped in traffic only for a few minutes. Okay. Okay, nothing too alarming there. So yeah, we'll move on from that. And like I said, there are 2 scales that we're using. The first one was the Epworth. This one is the Stanford sleepiness scale. And this deals with your level of alertness right now. It's 1 out of 7. 1 being wide awake, high level functioning, clear head. 2 being high level functioning, but not at peak, able to concentrate. Or 3, relaxed, awake, not at full alertness, responsive. 4, a little groggy, clearly not at peak, let down. 5, fogginess, beginning to lose interest in remaining awake. 6, sleepiness, prefer to be lying down, fighting sleep, or woozy. Or 7, almost in revere, sleep onset soon, lost struggle to stay awake. So which one would you kind of say that you're at right now? Somewhere between kind of 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Alright, next we're moving on to the VAS, or the Visual Analog Scale. That's going to check your alertness and your well-being. Okay. So my first question today regarding this scale is, how alert do you feel? I know we just did ask that question, but I do need to ask it again. Could you let me know how you're feeling on a scale of, very sleepy to very alert? And if you can see here, there's just this bar that goes alongside. So it's kind of a spectrum or a sliding scale where this is somewhere in the middle, and this is here by very sleepy, this is here by very alert. So where would you say you were on this kind of a sliding scale? Alright, very good. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this a different question, but in the same format. How good do you feel right now? On a sliding scale of very bad to very good. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So we are on our third page. I'm going to ask you a little bit more questions regarding your physical response to sleep, okay? So, I'm going to ask you about periodic leg movements during sleep. So, do you have any leg cramps during bedtime? Okay. All right. Do you experience a crawling or an achy feeling in your legs that you feel like could be relieved if you moved them or stretched them or went walking? Yes, this would usually be around bedtime, could be in the middle of the night. Okay. And it's worse at night. Worse. Okay. All right. Have you ever been told that your legs move more than normal during sleep? Has anybody who's ever been in the same vicinity as you said that? Okay. This is an important question, a little silly, but when you wake up in the morning, do you experience that your bed sheets are in a disarray? They're all, spread out or crumpled up on the floor? Anything like that? Okay. All right. Sounds okay. And have you ever awakened suddenly with a jerk or a big, just a big kick? Anything like that ever woken you up? Okay. All right, that's that for that section, and we've got one more. So, yeah, you're doing a great job. Hope this wasn't as bad as if you had any worries about it. So, this very last section is going to be asking about any possible REM behavior disorders. Could include sleepwalking, sleep talking. So, first question, do you remember your dreams? Okay. That is good to know. Do you ever have nightmares? Okay. Are you told a lot? Are you told that you act out often in your sleep? Maybe you kick or yell out or mumble, anything like that? Do you happen to know what time that might occur in the evening, during the middle of the night, or during a nap? Okay. Okay. Have you ever been told that you sleepwalk? Do you sleep talk? Was the person able to understand anything that you were saying? Okay. Have you ever awoken feeling panicky? And do you have a history of seizures or anything like that? Okay. Do you ever have any muscle tension that disrupts your sleep? Does that cause any pain that might disrupt you in the evening or during the night? Do you ever experience sore or achy muscles the next morning after sleeping? Can you repeat that for me one time? Okay. So these next few sections, there's about 4 more. They're very quick, and we'll just go through them quickly. Do you have any morning jaw pain? Okay. Do you grind your teeth at night? Okay. This is gonna talk about sleep hygiene real quick. What time do you wake up in the morning? During the week? Okay. And what time do you go to bed? Okay, now the weekends for me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there is a little bit of a difference, isn't there? Okay. And okay. This next section is about nocturnal awakenings, obviously just waking up during the middle of the night. What part of the night are you most awake, if you are awake? Okay. Do you have like a reason? It's like you have like heartburn, you're too warm, headache. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I need to know a little bit about your work schedule before I let you go. Are you a shift worker? Do you have a swing shift? Like, what hours are you working? Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's good to know. Do you ever experience a lot of jet lag with that? Okay. Okay. And last questions regarding medication. Do you have any medication that you take to help with any of these sleep issues? Once or yeah. Okay. And do you have any other over-the-counter or herbal remedies that you use to treat some of these symptoms? Okay. Any allergies? Perfect. That's what I thought. All right. So you are all set here today. I have gotten everything down that we've discussed this evening, and I'm going to look this over. I'm going to compile it, and we will set up another appointment in a few weeks. So I really hope that at least getting this process started is going to really help you out in the long run. Okay? Alright, well, you stay safe out there. I will see you soon, okay? Bye.